there's a question that lingers in the hidden parts of the internet, in late-night Google searches, and in hushed talks. It's a question wrapped in myths, worry, and loads of false info. What really happens to your body, especially your prostate, if you masturbate every single day? The rumors online might make it sound risky, like it could cause harm, swelling, or something even worse. The scare tactics are everywhere. But what does real science say? Well, I'm going to give you the facts today. And trust me, the truth is seriously surprising, and it's probably not what you've been told. Stay with me, because you don't want to miss this. To really get the shocking truth, we first need to meet the star of the show, the prostate gland. So, what is it? In simple terms, the prostate is a tiny, walnut-sized part of the male reproductive system. Its main role is to make the fluid that feeds and carries sperm, aka semen. It sits right below the bladder and in front of the rectum. For such a small gland, it has a huge impact on a man's health, especially as he ages. And because it's so crucial, it's also the reason behind a lot of fear. You've likely heard the claims, the myths, floating around in locker rooms and online, that masturbating too much can wear out the prostate, that it might cause long-term swelling, a condition called prostatitis, or, worst of all, that it could somehow raise your risk of prostate cancer. These worries make sense. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in men, so anything that might mess with that risk is a big deal. For years, these fears went mostly unchecked, dismissed as old myths or health warnings with hidden moral agendas. But then, researchers at one of the world's top universities decided to stop speculating. They put the myths to the test with a huge, long-term study, and what they found didn't just question the myths, it completely destroyed them. It changed everything we thought we knew about masturbation and prostate health. So, what is this shocking secret? What did the science finally reveal? The landmark study I'm talking about comes from a place you've definitely heard of, Harvard University, specifically the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. And this wasn't some small-time survey. They followed nearly 32,000 men for almost 2 decades, meticulously tracking their lifestyles and health outcomes. One of the key data points they looked at was ejaculation frequency. When they analyzed the data, the results were stunning. They were the very definition of "you won't believe it." Here it is. The study found that men who reported a higher frequency of ejaculation had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Let me say that again, because it bears repeating. More frequent ejaculation was linked to a lower risk of prostate cancer. The numbers were specific and significant. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month had up to a 33% lower risk of getting prostate cancer compared to men who ejaculated only 4 to 7 times per month. This finding is the complete opposite of the old fears. Far from being harmful, the evidence pointed to a powerful protective effect. This wasn't a fluke. The results have been supported by other research, including a major Australian study that found a similar protective link. So, the big question is, why? How could something so simple have such a profound impact on the health of the prostate gland? Scientists have a few leading theories, and they all make a lot of sense. The first, and most popular one, is often called the prostate stagnation hypothesis. Think of your prostate's ducts as tiny pipes. The theory suggests that regular ejaculation helps to flush out these pipes. This process clears away old cells, built-up secretions, and potentially harmful substances or carcinogens before they have a chance to linger, cause inflammation, and potentially trigger the cellular changes that lead to cancer. It's essentially a natural cleansing mechanism. The second theory revolves around cellular health. Every time a cell divides, there's a tiny chance of a genetic error mutation that could lead to cancer. The hypothesis here is that frequent ejaculation promotes a healthier cycle of cellular turnover. It encourages the prostate to replace old, potentially damaged cells with new, healthy ones more efficiently, reducing the opportunity for cancerous cells to take hold and multiply. And a third idea connects to stress and inflammation. We know that chronic inflammation is a major risk factor for many types of cancer. The act of ejaculation is linked to a reduction in tension and psychological stress. By lowering stress levels, you might also be lowering the body's overall inflammatory response, which would naturally contribute to a healthier internal environment for the prostate. So, when you put it all together, the science paints a clear picture. Irregular ejaculation, whether from sex with a partner or from masturbation, appears to play a significant role in maintaining a healthy prostate by cleaning out the system, promoting healthy cell turnover, and potentially reducing inflammation. It's a powerful combination. So, that science is incredible for understanding long-term health and cancer risk. But I know for many of you watching, the concern isn't just about the future. It's about the frustrating symptoms you're dealing with right now. I'm talking about waking up multiple times a night, that constant annoying feeling that you can't fully empty your bladder, or a weak stream that's just plain frustrating. If that sounds familiar, I want to pause for just a moment and share something special. There's a fascinating video presentation that reveals a powerful spring water juice based on an unusual Asian remedy that targets the root cause of these very symptoms, what they describe as a hidden prostate clog. It's designed to provide fast relief for those exact issues. Point your phone's camera at the QR code you see on the screen right now to watch it. It will open right on your phone. I've also put the direct link as the top pinned comment below this video. Go ahead, open it in a new tab, and then come right back because we still need to cover the bigger picture of prostate health. Alright, so for the rest of the bigger picture of prostate health, you might be thinking, this is incredible. Is frequent ejaculation a magic bullet, a guaranteed way to prevent prostate cancer? And this is where we need to be responsible and look at the bigger picture. The answer is, not exactly. It's crucial to understand that this research shows a very strong correlation, not necessarily a direct one-to-one causation. What does that mean? It means that while the link is powerful, there could be other factors involved. For example, it's possible that men who have a higher ejaculation frequency also tend to have other healthier lifestyle habits. And that combination is what leads to the reduced risk. The key takeaway is that ejaculation frequency is likely one important piece of a much larger puzzle when it comes to prostate health. It is not a license to ignore everything else. Think of it as one powerful tool in your toolbox, but you need other tools too. What are they? First, diet is critical. Diets rich in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats are linked to better prostate health. Foods containing lycopene, like tomatoes, watermelon, and grapefruit, are particularly beneficial. Green tea and foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like fish, are also great additions. Second, exercise. Regular physical activity helps you maintain a healthy weight, which is hugely important. Obesity is a known risk factor for more aggressive forms of prostate cancer. Even 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week can make a huge difference. Third, avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption. Both are linked to an increased risk of various cancers and can negatively impact your overall health. And finally, maybe most importantly, take action. Nothing, not diet, not exercise, not how often you ejaculate can replace regular doctor visits, especially for men over 40 or 50, or those with a family history of prostate cancer. Talking to your doctor about screenings like the PSA blood test is the best way to catch problems early when they're easiest to treat. So, let's go back to the big question. What does daily masturbation do to your prostate? The surprising truth, backed by top science, is that it's far from the dangerous habit myths make it out to be. In fact, it might be one of the easiest, most natural ways to support long-term prostate health. It's not a miracle fix, and it doesn't replace a healthy lifestyle or doctor checkups. But the evidence is strong. A healthy sex life, including masturbation, is actually an ally, not an enemy, for your prostate in the long run. If you found this helpful and want more health myths debunked with real science, do us a favor and hit that like button. It really supports the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next video. Now, I want to hear from you. What other men's health myths should we tackle next? Drop them in the comments below. Stay healthy, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.